Hello guys, this is Pepli the Yogi. Come outside with me as we do this yoga workout at the comfort of your home, at the comfort of under your trees, or where you feel most comfortable. All you need is a mat and a little bit of rays of sunshines or shadows, and we are good to go. So you can be seated, Thunderbolt pose, child pose, just to relax and get into the mood, and just breathe nicely, remove the tension in your body, and then you can raise your hands up to the sky, and then you can try as much as possible to drop your hands to the direction horizontally to the directions of your feet, and if you can even go lower. This will stretch your whole back, you'll stretch your thighs, and then you can reach for your ankles. And then you can alternate between hands, opposite ankle, one arm up. And then when you reach for the opposite ankle, you make sure that the opposite hand is reaching up to the sky. Control your breathing while you do this. And then you can do the alternatives however times you are comfortable. So just alternate to the side, hold it however it's comfortable. And then from there, just drop your hands to the mat and then try your cat-cow pose. When you do your cat-cow pose, make sure that your thighs and your hands are almost parallel, and then you're just gonna drop your spine into your cat pose, at your back to your cat pose, and then when you're down, and then you raise your spine and you do your downward facing dog, and then you can drop your elbows to the mat for the variation. Try to stand on your tippy toes, stretch that back as much as possible, and the back of your thighs. Back to your child pose, and then when you're done, you're just gonna go again into your thunderbolt pose variation. You're gonna drop your head slightly to your mat, and then you're gonna do this in little variations until you feel comfortable going all the way down. But if you are used to doing this, you can just drop your head to the mat once off. So this is what I did. Here I am with the variation of my Thunderbolt pose, just resting the hands on my side, or I can take the hands up to my head and just breathe. This targets your abdominal muscles. If you want to get rid of those love handles, this really targets your abdominal muscles. You will feel it while still doing that pose. Very uncomfortable. You need to have strong ankles, and you won't get it just when you started. You just need to practice more. And then I am on my lunge pose. I'm doing the right side first, and you're just gonna make sure your knee is doing a right angle, and then you just stretch your opposite thigh back, and then you just hold it like this. It's just like a lunge. And then when you're done, you can do your variation, opposite limb to the mat, and then you raise one hand to the sky, reach for the sky, and just look at the beauty around you because you'll be outside. And then when you're done, another variation of your lunge. So you raise your knee completely off from the mat, and then you rest both of your elbows to the mat, and you just get that stretch. And then when you're done, you're gonna do the opposite that you did on that limb, you're gonna do it on another side. So while still holding the variation of your lunge, taking it in, breathing, stretching those thighs, you are now going to just close it off with your half split. So you're gonna do your half split. On your half split, you're stretching your hamstrings and you're gonna rest. You are gonna rest your head on your knee. So this is what a half split looks like. For you to get those splits going on, for you to get those splits strong and get your stretch nicely, this is the pose that you are going to do. And then when you're done, you're just gonna repeat what you did on the opposite side to another side. So you are going to start with your lunge. So hold your lunge out, stretch your thighs, make sure your knee is at the right angle, so you don't go over your knee or you don't go just below your knee. So while just holding on to your lunge, you're gonna do a variation. You're gonna drop one hand to the mat and you're gonna reach to the sky with the opposite hand, and you're just gonna breathe and control your breathing. Hold it in, embrace the beauty of nature. Look at the grass outside, the soil, the clay, the trees, anything that's living outside, and just fall in love with whatever you are looking at. And the variation of your lunge, like you did in the opposite side, you're just gonna make sure you raise your knee from the mat to the sky, and then you stand on your tippy toes. And you're just gonna do this. You're just gonna try to make your back straight as you possibly can. Like you can see, I'm doing the best that I can there. And you're just gonna hold it in there as much as you feel comfortable. But you just have to make sure when you stretch, you do like at least the same times in the opposite limb. So if you do 30 seconds on this side, do 30 seconds on the other side. If you do a minute for each pose. And here I am on my half split, resting my head on my knee. And then I'm just gonna hold it here, stretch those hamstrings nice and long. And you know, hamstrings are the longest muscle groups in your body. So if you want to have a split, nice thighs, nice, make sure you stretch those hamstrings. So from there, I'm gonna come again with my 4 leg folds, just gonna stretch my hamstrings again, gonna stretch my thighs, gonna stretch my knees, and here I am just holding it in, looking like a yogi, just breathing, being slow. And I'm gonna do another variation. I'm just gonna drop my head to the mat. I love this pose so much. You just feel like sleeping, like this is it. This should be the last pose on my yoga flow. And I'm gonna do the opposite on another side. Here's my grandmother and my dog just minding their own business behind me, And I'm just gonna do the opposite side, just breathe in, and when I feel comfortable enough, I'm just gonna drop to my mat and rest on the mat, just sleep a little, love some nature, love some surrounding, just be grateful of everything, be grateful of life, of love, of family, even of time to just sit by yourself, roll out your mat and stretch. This is like such a beautiful concept, just making time for yourself. It's a thing to be most grateful for, and I get to do it. And another half side bend split. So this is also another variation of a half split, and then also target your hamstrings and your thighs. So if you want to get your side split, middle split, you make sure you practice your half split. So here I am. Also try by all means to rest your head on your knee. It don't always be easy. Even for me, sometimes it doesn't. The head just doesn't want to reach for the knees. Sometimes it does, just taking it one day at a time. Just rest it there. And with your opposite hand, you're just going to try reach for your feet. Hold your feet like that. And you can't see for this one, but the other hand is just rested on my mat. You'll see it when I do the opposite side. So you just hold it like that. And you just breathe again. All you have to do is just breathe. Control that breathing. And then again, I am done. I'm gonna do the opposite limb, my other half side bend split. You see how my opposite hand was rested on the mat. And here I am fighting with my head to rest on my knee, and with the opposite limb, I'm also reaching for my feet and just holding my feet there, resting, breathing and just being in the zone. The only thing I was thinking of here is I wish I could be here forever, because this is not my full-time home. I live a province away, and I had to pack my bags and come to Gauteng. So it was devastating, but I was just there, just enjoying the last moments home, on my mat, on the grass, yeah. So you just do this in the comfort of your home. You see, I was just starting to daydream. So then here I am again, coming up and attempting what we are fighting so hard for when we do your half split, which is your split. And your split also, it's like a moody sister. Sometimes they like you, sometimes they not, sometimes they are over they are over the moon for you. So it's also what happens with the split. So here I am doing the split. It's not the best, but it gets better with time, honestly. So I'm just doing the opposite side split. And also the grass floor is not smooth, so which could be another disadvantage of stretching outside on the grass. So I'm just gonna attempt the split on the opposite side. So here I am, seeing if those half splits that I'm practicing for really do pay off or not. It looks like they do. The split is not 100% where I want it to be. Sometimes better, sometimes it's not, but I am just grateful I get to stretch my body. And just with consistency. No one taught me this. There was no professional. I just rolled my mat and started stretching, and that's how I got to be able to do a split. It's not a this 1% came here. It's just me being consistent. And then when you're done, I'm just gonna lie there and then make sure I reach the mat with my chest. This one also stretches your chest and your lower back, actually your whole spine, but most definitely that lower back. Edge that back and just rest on the mat. This is another pose that feels like everything is gonna be alright. This is another pose that feels like the world is making it up for you. And then here I am again on my Thunderbolt pose, and then I just looked at my dog once, and it's like it knew that she's done. Let me go disturb her peace. And dogs, they love rubs so much. So here I was just instructing my dog to sit on the mat. Let's get this rubs properly. And I love this dog so much. The name of the dog is Sage, but it actually comes from sergeant, like a police sergeant. Yeah. So Seth was just with me here, basking in, enjoying the rubs. It's a beautiful, 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 and very energetic dog. This dog will fly straight to your head and drop you to the floor. Like, it has energy for days. But yeah, I love my dog, and I enjoyed this session. It's still winter, but I know in summer it is gonna be even more beautiful with the trees fully green with the leaves all over out, and the grass is looking a bit, but it's gonna be beautiful in like summer. So I hope you liked this yoga flow. You try it at your home. You tell me how you feel or how you think. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I love you, and please don't forget to like my video, leave a comment, and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Bye.